Hello and welcome to Global Talk Show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today, from the beautiful country, Australia, we have an amazing guest, the best of the best, Kristine Bez. So welcome, Kristine, to our show. It's been an honor to host you today.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. It's really an honor to be here, and I'm very excited to be here as well. Nice to finally meet you.
Well, before I start, Kristine, let me apprise of you because although you are a great personality and you are doing fabulous, but still we want to do some introduction. So ladies and gentlemen, Kristine is an NLP coach, wellness coach, and you can see her background, and that's we are going to talk about. She's a singer, artist, writer, author, whatnot. And I'm so elated to host her. So without any pause, let's start this global talk show journey. Kristine,
fantastic.
Everybody is so excited to know about your incredible life journey. So I pass the dice on your court. Kindly enlighten everyone with your journey.
Oh, well, I had a very good life. I had some wonderful parents, and they gave my brother and I some great experiences. But when I was younger, I suffered from asthma, and that slowed me down a little bit because I like to be active. But yes, asthma prevented me from, overexerting myself. And I happened to be flipping through a magazine of my mother's. Not that I was expecting to see anything interesting in there, but there was an article about breathing. And because I had asthma, I just went, wow, what is this? And I ripped the pages out of the magazine, took them to my room, and I started reading, and I was very excited. And there were some deep breathing exercises for me to do. And I started doing those every day, and I've never had asthma since. So that was my first introduction to wellness. And as I grew older, I became very interested in posture and then nutrition and things like that. But I had some challenges along the way. When I was a teenager, I was raped. And that really affected me for a while. And it took me some time to really deal with that. I'm sure there are people who are listening who have had that experience, and it's not an easy thing to admit to people. People don't talk about that sort of thing very much. But I decided to share that today because, I just want people to know that there's life after that. It doesn't define you. And I decided that I was better than that. It happened to me, yes, but I decided I wanted to do something better with my life. And as time went on, I studied sports and exercise science and anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, all those things. And I was really into that. And I set up my own business as a natural therapies and injury rehab business, rehabilitation. And I got great joy out of helping my clients because I prided myself on investigating their issue. Because a lot of people came to me after being to the doctor, the chiropractor, the physio, this and that, and they weren't actually getting better. And so I really asked them a lot of questions and investigated as to why and how come this was happening to them and why the established system wasn't helping them. And posture was a key element in their problems. And so I focused on teaching people about their posture, how they do things, how they sit, how they stand, because it tended to be something that they did every day. And so that was repetitive. And then it became a habit. And then it was automatic, and they didn't even realize they were doing things that were actually causing them damage. And so I I loved that I could help people. And I did that for over 20 years, that business. And then I had a son and I moved to the Central Coast from Sydney. I was originally in Sydney, and I moved to the Central Coast of New South Wales, which is, it's a lot less dense, you know, and there's not as much traffic. There's more wide open spaces. And I thought it was a great place for my son to grow up. And I did other things. I did websites and things like that. Oh yes, and I did some administrative work for another organisation, or another two organisations. So I just digressed for a while, but all the things that I've done in the past, all the different types of work, have really helped me in what I'm doing now. So would you like me to continue and tell you about what I'm doing now?
Wow. So yes, you can if you want, because it's your journey and it's really incredible. People would love to know, people would love to get along with it. If you want to continue, you can continue. Yeah.
I'll just briefly tell you where it's led. I started singing and playing guitar, or started out with ukulele and then went to guitar just 6 years ago. And then I learned how to play the djembe and then the congas and other percussion. And I've just took to music like a duck to water. I always wanted to do music, but when my son was growing up, I thought, this is my time, I'm going to do it now. And I've been loving the journey, and I've been jamming with people and playing with some really experienced artists and musicians. And I've really enjoyed playing with them because I've learnt so much, and they were very supportive. And then I met up with somebody on LinkedIn, and he was teaching leadership, engagement, productivity, and that sort of thing. And I started to do that with him. And that was a really good thing, because in business, you need those sort of skills. And yeah, we've teamed up, and I've started doing wellness seminars now. I've re-established my business in wellness, because I had some unfinished business from back then, and now I get the opportunity to take that a bit further now. So I'm running online seminars to help people improve their wellness. And Stephen, this gentleman that I met and had learned some skills from, he is actually doing a segment on energy and how to be motivated and that sort of thing in my seminar. And I do some wellness stuff in his seminars. And we've teamed up with a third person, and we're actually helping people in Uganda to develop their business so they can be so they can set up an agricultural farm that will help them to sell their produce, and they can be self-supportive, set up a medical centre, an orphanage, and help people even more in the community with their wellness, their health, and sanitation, housing, and all sorts of things. So it's very exciting for me. I don't know, doors have just opened, I must submit. I walked through them, but I've had these amazing opportunities given to me, and I'm very excited about that.
Awesome. I must say, Kristine, the way you have taken your journey on, and the path which you've chosen is wellness, is really, really beautiful, because healing, I can say, it's a gift of God, which only few people will receive, because some people only have the healing qualities, like healing people, wiping the tears of a crying person and rendering a smile again back to the life. So this is the thing I can say, you have been bestowed from Almighty. You have been gifted, because this is the gift I can see, I can sense. And the beautiful journey today, which you are describing, is really great. You are touching people, you are touching millions of lives, and people who are watching us, this global talk show, they are going to get a lot of inspiration from your journey, and such an incredible journey it is. Well, this is so awesome.
God gave me this gift, this talent or whatever, and I want to use it to help people. I mean, you know, I want to do things for myself too, but in the process, I'm really interested in sustainability and helping others. I had big ideas back then, and now I have even bigger ideas of what I want to do and achieve.
Awesome.
Not just for myself, but for people, because I just see the system as it is now. It's not actually helping people to get well quick enough. And I want to help them be well now, quicker.
Exactly. The healing should start quicker, and they should get healed. Very nice. Well,
yeah, I'd love to see changes in the system so that happens there as well. And then you won't have so many people going to hospital and all the waiting lists for people to have operations and things. That hopefully that waiting list will decrease as people become more well. And so they get better treatment in the hospital and quicker treatment for the things that are necessary, like, you know, injuries. Because they're bound to happen. But yeah, I'd just love to see people's wellness throughout all the world, especially in impoverished countries like Uganda, where I'm helping these people now with these other two gentlemen. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah. But Kristine, in this journey, I am sure you would have faced certain challenges, right? And certain challenges, when I say, then I would love to know those challenges and what are the ways how you overcome those challenges. So that would be, you know, pretty inspiring to my global audience. So kindly share those challenges.
Well, actually, if you think about the way the world is around you, it is actually influencing you and shaping you. And your own parents and family and family members are also shaping you. And they can actually limit you. And they can actually put their ideas on you. And to some degree, that happened with me. And it wasn't until I got to, dare I say it, my 60s, that's when I actually did the music thing. I thought, I'm going to do it. This is what I wanted to do when I was a teenager, but I knew my parents wouldn't like it. And it's probably just as well anyway, because there were a lot of drugs around then. And not that I wanted to, that's really one reason why I didn't want to do it then. So now's my time. But then I had the challenges of myself. It's yourself. You're the main problem in, you know, either doing something in your life or not doing it. So there are things called limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? And they come from your entire upbringing.
And they plays a very important role, Kristine, am I right? Limiting beliefs,
Limiting beliefs. And they were holding me back. And I've discovered what those limiting beliefs were. And I mean, you know, as you push the ceiling, you'll find there might even be another limiting belief. We all have these things, right? And we have to, well, if you want to do something in life, you're going to have to deal with them. And if you don't, you'll be going, oh, if only I had, I wish I had. And I didn't want to be one of those people. I wanted to push myself, push the borders of what I thought was possible, because I had no idea what I was capable of, because the music thing was all quite new. But you know what? When you really, I knew I had to do it. And when I studied with Stephen, as I said, I did the productivity thing and engaged. He had some things that taught me how to set my goals and work through those in a way that I'd never done before. And I realized, yep, this is my calling. It is what I'm meant to do. And so that made me very excited. And I really think that that'll be great for everybody to be able to discover their own calling, because most people suppress it, I think. It's not everybody that will actually push themselves to achieve, you know, whatever it is they can achieve in life.
True.
And that makes me feel sad, because I want people to because it makes you happy. I'm happy because I'm doing things that I always wanted to do, and I'm helping people, which is making me feel great too, because I love to do that. And helping them, like empower them to be well, because I don't just get my clients to come back to me.
Yeah.
I actually give them what they need so that they can maintain themselves. You know what I mean? And because I find the system sometimes, oh yeah, come back for another visit, come back for another visit. But that's not how it should be. Because when you send someone away and they're well and they know that they've gotten well quickly, and that they're empowered, they will tell other people, and then those people will come. So that's how I like to work. I want to see communities grow, you know, and improve their wellness, their mental health, because mental health at the moment is a big problem all around the world, I think. But it is in Australia. And I think that there's a lot of reasons for that. But I don't think people are being treated properly. You can't just give people drugs and expect them to get better, because that's not the problem. The problem is usually deep-seated, and it's that they're not doing what they're meant to be doing, and they're unhappy.
Very, very true, Kristine. Well, I can say only the challenges which you have shared are really inspiring. And behind every challenge, there is a hidden golden opportunity. So that also we should see the positive approach, the positive side of the life, which you had seen in your life, and you kept move on and on, helping people, relieving them from their stress, anxiety, and making them a happiest and wealthier person too. So this is really awesome, Kristine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and to overcome the issues that are holding them back, because people they go, I want to do this, but I just don't know how. There's something stopping me, and it's themselves. and it's quite easy to actually get over that
limiting beliefs.
With the right I'm not going to call it treatment, because NLP is not a treatment as such. It's their techniques and processes that you take the person through. And as a coach, you don't actually suggest anything to them. You don't tell them what to do, because every person has all the resources here. It's just putting them in touch with their unconscious mind and aligning it to the conscious mind so that they can actually access those resources and achieve the things that, you know, to move on in life. Yeah. So you're using the person's using their own store of information that they're born with.
Exactly, the stored knowledge, you can say. You know, the stored knowledge.
Well, strengths, talents, and things like that. There's a whole lot that is already in there, and they just have to learn how to access that and use it. Right. And NLP does that for them. Yeah.
Well, Kristine, seeing your background, Kristine, best wellness, the well you. And now I would love to know since you're an NLP coach, you're a wellness coach. So I would love to know about your work, what kind of a work you are doing for the society, and how people, because we are connected with so many global educators, leaders, coach, mentors, how they can leverage your knowledge, your power into their life. So kindly enlighten your great work, and we would love to hear this.
Well, for example, I have a client now, an NLP client, and he came to me with, like, he had been taking drugs previously. He'd been off the drugs for a while, but he was struggling with the desire to take them, and he was very unhappy, and he was focused on events that had happened in the past and the way he was treated by these people, and he was focusing on how negative it was all, you know, it was all negative. And in 4 sessions, this guy, of 4 sessions of NLP, he has transformed. Now, I must say that he wanted to change. He didn't want to go back to taking drugs, but he still felt the lure of the drugs. but he really wanted a better life for himself because he just didn't like the way he'd been living. So when a person is in that frame of mind, it's easy to work with them, you know, and but 4 sessions, that's all it took. 4 weeks, well, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks in 4 sessions. He changed. He was very down, he was agitated, he was unsettled, very unhappy. But each session he just got better and better. And now
amazing.
He arrived at his last session with me smiling, telling me what he's going to do, that he's so much better. The cravings of the drugs have reduced to the point where he can say no because he wants this better life that he can now see. And I got him to write all these goals down, so he's got all these things to think about and look forward to in life. So he's on a journey to a better life now. I'm just so excited as to what NLP can do for people. They don't need drugs. It didn't really need drugs. He just needed to be able to access his unconscious mind, because the unconscious mind is about 90% of your brain and your conscious mind is about 10%. Now that 90% of your unconscious mind, it runs your body. You don't have to consciously think about your heart rate or your breathing or any of those cellular processes that go on. Your unconscious mind manages all of that. And your unconscious mind stores your emotions, and it stores memories, and it can store them in a temporal way, or it can store them in a different way, like a non-temporal way. So it could be time-based or not time-based. So your unconscious mind is huge, and it's powerful. If you can access the tools, or rather the resources you have in there, and get rid of the limiting beliefs and the past events that you're carrying around as baggage, then you're just going to be lighter, you're going to be happier, and you're going to start achieving things in your life.
Yeah, very true. And here I would love to tell my global audience, if you are struggling with any bad past issues, or if you're carrying the load of the baggage of your past, kindly drop it, because we have a great coach, wellness coach, NLP coach. And if you're still struggling to come out of those fears, to come out of those black clouds, then kindly contact Kristine. She is there to help you. She can give you one-to-one coaching, or if you want, she can also help you in so many ways. So kindly contact, make your life well, make your life, you have to make your life well out of hell. So that's the word I can give it to Kristine. So make use of her knowledge, leverage her knowledge for the betterment of your future and also for your career. So connect with her.
There's a better life ahead.
Yeah. Connect with her. Kristine, the wellness coach, she's there. You can find her on LinkedIn. You can find her on social media. So do connect and make your life wonderful and meaningful. Well, Kristine.
And my songs,
sure.
I'll just briefly tell you, my songs, they have takeaway messages that help people as well. And I write songs about things, for example, So Many Bridges in My Mind. It's a song about how people don't want to go back to the past and cross those bridges to, address issues that they're hurtful or they're sad. But if you do go back there, you can actually be healed of that baggage that you're carrying around, because that's what it is. And you can overcome that and live a happier life. It's just, it's a journey that you can go on.
Right.
And a lot of my music has messages that help people. Yeah.
True. I do agree with you, Kristine, because life needs to move on. And if you are still carrying the past baggage on your shoulder, I don't think so you can move forward in the life. So we have to, and our subconscious mind is our king. If we want to become anything in this world, we have to be mentally very strong, and then only we can become, the best king or the best queen of our life. So I do agree to you. Well, before I say goodbye to you, Kristine, and my lovely audience, because I never felt it's a beautiful interview, beautiful, inspiring journey of Kristine. Kristine, everybody is waiting for your powerful message. So kindly enlighten us too.
And it's never too late. I was in my 60s when I started music, you know, and look at me now, I'm 69. And so it's never too late. Okay. So don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do it because I'm old. That's not how it works.
Awesome.
I think you're even more useful at this age. I think you're more useful now because you've got a lifetime of knowledge and experience and lessons that you've learned already, you know?
Very, very true. So, global audience, kindly mark these golden words. It's never too late to start anything in your life. So, live the moment now and make your life wonderful. So, thank you so much, Kristine, for coming to our show. It's been great time and great learning also from you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sapira. I really appreciate the opportunity to come here and share my message with people and to help to inspire and empower them. Thank you very much, Dr. Sapira. You have a wonderful day.